Next up at UFC Austin, we have Steve Garcia taking on Melquizael Costa. Steve Garcia, 14-5 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He is coming off back-to-back knockout wins. He's taking on Melquizael Costa, 20-6 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. It's Milk. He calls himself Milk.
I thought it was Milky.
No, it's Milk. Like Milk Boys, but Milk.
Ooh, Angela with the Milk Boy reference.
I understand pop culture because I'm young and cool with thick hair and skinny body. Melquizael Costa's 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off his first UFC win where he actually looked incredible. He looked spectacular in that UFC win. He's a well-rounded guy. He's got creative striking, solid grappling. Takedowns can be forced, but he's strong enough and good enough that if he gets into the cage, he will work you to the ground. He doesn't need takedowns in most of his matchups. His striking is very good. He will hit a flow.
Oh my
He'll
God.
cut you up. He'll make things happen. What?
We forgot about the whole point was I was going to give away this stat. Do I want to do it after this breakdown? It's very important.
Yes.
It's very important.
Dummy. Jesus.
All right. Well,
That's one interruption
again.
for Jacob. That's one interruption for Jacob. Melquizael Costa's great striking, very fluid, but then he'll just start grappling even when he doesn't need to. That's sort of his thing. I don't know why he does that. But he looked incredible in his last fight. It was a win over Austin Lingo where he was baiting Austin. He would get Austin to follow him, then he would plant, and then he would throw back. He's taking on Steve Garcia. Steve Garcia has all the grit, the dog, the demeanor. Like, this guy will continue to come forward and continue to fight no matter what. In his last fight, he's coming off a win over Shailan Nurdabeek. He was dropped early. And then he put himself together, got up, came forward, made something happen. He broke down that little jiu-jitsu nerd, Chase Hooper, as well. And it's just grit. He's a solid grappler. He's got good takedowns, a decent striker with good boxing. I'm going to say he's got power. It's not wild power, but he's just so relentless.
How about that
He will
interruption?
come forward.
One for me, one for the dog.
He's just so cute, though. He's so cute. Can you admit he was cute?
That was the first time. The first time I saw him was a couple weeks ago, and the second I was outside, and he just kind of jumps up next to you and tries to get on your lap, and he's so soft, and he's a
cute fucking dog.
He's kind of a piece of shit.
No, he's well trained now, and he's just so cute.
Is he well trained now? You figured it out?
What do you mean you figured it out?
Well,
he sent his ass to school.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it was quite an issue for a while, so I was just...
Not while you were here. He was well trained while you were here, though. He didn't piss in the house or anything. Doesn't jump up for food.
He was humping me pretty well.
No, that's because you smell like a lady. Anyway,
was the Nutter Butters in my pocket.
You lathered up on your way in. Anyway, Steve Garcia, a pretty well-rounded guy. Not spectacular anywhere, but he is all heart, all dog. He's that X-ray emoji with the dog inside. That's who Steve Garcia is. I think Steve Garcia is one of the better underdogs on this card. I think he could absolutely win this fight. I don't think he wins this fight, though. And it's literally because he's too aggressive. We just watched Melquizael Costa use somebody's aggression against them. He baited Austin Lingo. He planted, he threw. He baited him. He planted, he threw. If he does that exact same thing to Steve Garcia, he's going to have the exact same outcome. He's going to piece him up, win this fight. Steve Garcia is a phenomenal underdog, especially at these odds. But I do think Melquizael Costa is going to be better everywhere for the most part. And he's going to be more technically sound. He's going to use Steve's aggression against him. I'm not betting on Melquizael Costa. I have a ton of respect for Steve and that dog. Look what Mike Breeden just did. Mike Breeden sucks. Steve doesn't suck. And he's got all that same dog in him. So Melk's the pick. Steve's a phenomenal underdog on this card. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree with you. And I'll be honest with you. There was a part of me that really wanted to pick Steve Garcia as my lock of the week. And really the only reason I did it is because of those chin issues. I've said for weeks now that we are picking against kind of baby chins. And Steve Garcia doesn't really have a baby chin. That dude gets dropped, and he gets dropped constantly. And the last time he got dropped against Shailan was like one of the worst ones. I mean, you see he gets dropped and he responds. He gets dropped and responds. But that one was like, it looked for a second like, oh, he's not going to get up from this one. And every time you get knocked down, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. So, yeah, he is going to be live because he's going to have power in this matchup. But when you look at it fighter to fighter, Costa is the better fighter. The issue is, again, with Costa is he's this young kid, shoot a box guy. You see that he has fun in there. He enjoys fighting. And when you enjoy fighting and you're having fun in there, Steve Garcia is kind of one of those guys that can kind of bait you into one of those fights. He can kind of bait you into one of those just brawling style fights. And when you zig, when you're supposed to zag against a guy like Steve Garcia, you can easily get put out. Now, Costa has shown that he's got a pretty good chin. I think he got dropped a little bit versus Thiago, but responded pretty well. He got hit a few times versus Austin Lingo and really didn't affect him at all. So I think his chin is going to hold up better than Steve Garcia. So I am going to pick Costa in this matchup, but, you know, if he starts brawling with this guy, this, again, turns into a 50-50 fight, and Steve Garcia is going to be very, very live. But Costa is the better fighter. He came in, short debut, notice against a very tough Thiago Moises, had some success even in the grappling. I think the go-to here is probably try to mix in the grappling, kind of slow down Steve, especially early, take some pop out of his shots. But, if he gets in here and he just kind of stays in a phone booth versus Steve, flip a coin. We have no idea what the hell is going to happen, but he should. It's tough with these shoot-a-box guys, Angelo, because these guys love to fight. They absolutely love to fight, but he should, as you mentioned, kind of pick his spots, kind of pick them apart. He's the better fighter, mixing some grappling, and he's going to be my pick. But Steve Garcia is a fun dude, man. He is everything. When you talk about wanting to watch fighters fight, I mean, he is everything.
He's a man.
He is a fighter. He's like one of those when they say your fighter's favorite fighter. I don't know if he's on that level, but, I mean, if more people knew about him, that dude's a lot of fun to watch, and this is going to be a fun fight. He's going to bring it, and we'll see if his chin holds up. Maybe he can get this finish, but I don't blame people for playing the Steve side. I know that, but I'm gonna play the Costa side, and I haven't put anything on him, but he's my pick.
Yeah, no, and you mentioned the shoot-a-box. Mel Costa, all the shoot-a-box guys are very well trained. They're very dangerous, but a lot of them break. Like, a lot of them can break in fights.
Who?
They can be smothered. I'm not going to think of names right now, but they can be smothered. They can be they'll slow down after the first round. Like, a lot of those guys
I think they're known for just not being quitters. None of them quit.
Okay, tell that to yeah, see, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to try to think of names. I don't even remember the kids' names. Who's that insanely good guy that's like 0 for 5?
Oh.
Yeah, there's
not
one.
Willie Cat, is it? It's not Willie Cat. It's
No.
Yeah. But he's not a quitter. He just gets
They break. I said break. I said they break. Like, I don't, physically they just break. Not all of them, obviously, but more so than any other gym. I feel like they're way more dangerous than most gyms.
Yeah,
but
if
you can survive the early storm, you can have success about some of these shoot-a-box guys. And I think that's where Steve Garcia could have success. Like you said, he gets dropped. He's not the better fighter in this matchup, but this dude is a real man. He's all heart. $7,300.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if he did not have those issues of getting dropped, and I know that he responds well, he was going to be. I was like excited about it, and then I started remembering, I can't do it, not for a lot.
I am going to throw him in my DraftKings lineup. $7,300. I think he can survive. Melk is dangerous, but, I think that danger fades somewhat early. So I think Steve Garcia at $7,300 in DraftKings is not a terrible play because that leaves you a lot of room in your budget. And you at least know that Steve's going to go out there on his shield and try to make this a fight. You going to spend the money on Melk?
He outdogged Chepe.
Who?
Steve Garcia.
Oh, yeah. Pre-UFC.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you say? What was your question?
DraftKings, so you going to spend the $8,900 or $7,300?
I think it's probably better spots, honestly. Who was just 9,000 that we were like, that could be better, that could be decent
Wellington
value?
Turman.
I think I trust that a little bit more than Costa, maybe. Jesus, I don't know.
Dude, Sober Ange is there. I'm like there.
This
is incredible.
It's intimidating.
This is what it's like for other, just the fact that I'm smarter than you drunk, and now I'm like clear heart, clear mind. Wait, how does that go? How does that go in Friday Night Lights? Clear eyes,
the show,
clear heart.
Or the movie? I don't watch the show, but the movie was good.
The show was great. Clear minds. Somebody in the chat will know. It's a great saying.
If you want to win, put Booby in.
Yeah, that wasn't in the show. If you want to be a premium member, just give us $10. You want picks?
UFC Austin, baby. Yay!
Yosemite Sam. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. It's only $10 a month, and you'll unlock everything you could have ever needed heading into fight week. If you think of something, I could use some bets. Boom, got it. Oh, I wish I could see the raw notes so I can make my own. Boom, got it. I wish they had tools and information. Boom. Got it. I wish they had a DraftKings optimizer. Boom. Got it. I wish they gave me FanDuel content. Boom. Got it. I wish I got Prize Picks. Boom. Got it. I wish I got Underdog. Boom. Got it.
I wish Jacob had an OnlyFans.
I wish there were 5 analysts. Boom. Got it. WeOnPicks.com. Click.
OnlyFans.com/the Salamander. I got live pictures on there. I posted a video last night, Angelo. I don't know if you know I'm live on there now. $10 a month.
I'd love to see it.
You want the free preview? I'll show it right now.
$20 super chat. Again.
Hey, Jacob, one day we got to meet in Naptown, Indiana. Food and drink at Brothers Bar and Grill will be on me when I become super rich.
This dude is just Googling
This dude loves Indianapolis, man. I love.
There's no way. He's just
I don't even
Googling.
heard of Brothers Bar.
That's what I'm saying. He's just Googling. I'm going to Google bars in Indiana.
Grill.
I'm going to see what the first bars in Indiana.
That's probably going to come back as a Brothers Bar and Grill. There it is, Brothers Bar.
Yeah. It's
on Meridian Street.
Kilroy's bar was number one.
Yeah, I was going to say I couldn't think of Kilroy's, but Kilroy's for sure going to be number one. Kilroy's is awesome. Dude, they have stuff. When you're right. No.
Talked about Indiana
right now. No,
you're
going to love this. It's food, Angelo. Click on Kilroy's and look at their stuffed pepperoni breadsticks and tell me you wouldn't nut all over those sitting in a booth.
That's in Bloomington, Indiana.
Well, there's a Kilroy's in Bloomington, but there's one in Indiana downtown. I don't if it's still open. It should be still open. They have the most prime spot ever. But they have stuffed pepperoni breadsticks that'll literally it'll change your life. You would literally consider moving to Indianapolis just for these breadsticks. They're so good. They're absolutely incredible.
Oh, you texted me all that Mark Cuban stuff? Mm-hmm. I just got a text from my buddy in a group chat saying Mark Cuban presidential run ? That might be why he's selling everything and leaving the show. It's a good point.
Late for that, isn't it?
When you're that famous, I don't think it is.
There's got to be some sort of reason. But yeah, he's leaving.
Or he's dying.
I'm just.
Anyway.
Oh, I got the stat too, and we also have $1.99 from Trenton Popowski. Just giving back from last week, Kelvin Gastelum KO. You know it, baby. So anyway, we appreciate that $1.99.
Thank you very much, Trenton.
So we learned in my ancestry, my 23andMe, we learned that we already learned that I'm not a ginger, right? I mean, there was according to my DNA, excuse me, there's an interruption, 4-2.
That wasn't, I didn't say any words.
No, 4-3.
No, but
according to 4-4. According to my DNA, there is a 95% chance that I'm not a ginger already. Okay? Already, according to my DNA. Now, we have recently learned, and I just stumbled upon this fact. Clear eyes, full hearts, is that what it is?
Yeah, clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
If you look at my eyes right now, you can't really see them, but if you look at the gram and a lot of pictures, I got these baby blue eyes that are just absolutely beautiful. I mean, sky blue eyes, I get complimented all the time. My teeth and my eyes. Here we go. I say that because you agree, I have blue eyes, right? You agree? Blue eyes?
I assume the teeth I know are fake. I don't think those are contacts on the eyes. So they're
blue. And no interruptions, please. Having red hair and blue eyes is the rarest eye color. Another interruption.
But you've spent so long.
I'm going to restart every time you interrupt. Having red hair and blue eyes is the rarest eye. That's a hard combination to say, eye. Color combination possible. The odds of a person having both those recessive traits. Remember, I have blue eyes. So the odds, and remember, it's already 95% chance I don't have red hair. But now, the odds of a person having both those recessive traits, blue eyes and red hair, you can see my hair, not red, is around 0.17%. 0.17% chance that somebody has blue eyes with red hair. Instead, most redheads have brown, hazel, or green eyes, according to Medical Daily, which is a great publication.
I don't know what point you're trying to make. What point are you making?
I'm not a ginger, Angelo. That's the whole thing. You always call me a ginger.
I thought you were bragging that you were a rare breed with the red and the blue.
No. I have blue eyes, so it's basically medically impossible for me to have red hair.
It's clearly red, though.
It's medically impossible for me to have red hair with blue eyes.
It was
and my
medically
DNA says
impossible
it's
for
a
you to be as
95%.
short as you are, and that still happened.
Well, I got the surgery scheduled.
It was medically impossible for that cancer to work its way out of your face, but that happened. So you seem to be defying
God willing.
all the rules.
God willing.